Alright guys, today we're going to make some beer battered fish and chips, and this is a very simple recipe. Now I'm doing this without the chips. I'm sorry you English fellows out there, just showing how to cook the fish today. So you want to use a cod, that's the most used fish. Definitely want to use cod. You can use other fish like whitefish, pollock and other things, but cod is the way to go. So you're going to need a couple things here. You need a bowl with about a half cup to a cup of flour. It's going to depend how much fish you're making. I'm only making one serving, so I've just got a little bit of flour in here. You're also going to need a plate with some flour, and then a little bit of salt and pepper. Into this second bowl here, I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. Not too much, just a little bit for taste. And then into this bowl, I'm also going to add some beer. Now the amount of beer you add is going to depend on how much flour you have. You can use any type of beer you want. Get that stirred around and make a nice batter. It's a little too thick. This is going to make a nice fizzy batter, which is going to make a nice fluffy crust on the fish. So you want it to be not liquidy, but not too hard either. So you're going to end up with a batter that's kind of thick, but not too thick. So there's our first step. We're going to get the fish ready for the next step. You can also have some vinegar. I've got a couple different types. I love putting vinegar on fish and chips. Like I said, we're only making the fish today, but vinegar is great to add on top. It tastes awesome. So the next step, let's go see what we do with our fish. Alright, so here I have my fish. They're nice fillets, or as the English would say, fillets. And I had to peel off my skin because there was scales on them still. So I went ahead and did that. And mine were frozen to begin with. I thawed them, that's why they look a little funny now. But they're just completely normal pieces of fish here. First step we're going to do is get these in the flour and get flour all over them. And you're going to want your batter here to rest for a while. I let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before I continued on this next step. So get flour all over them and then put them into your batter here. It's okay, my pieces are falling apart. I'm going to have smaller pieces. So get your flour all over and then get them in the batter. Smaller pieces I'm going to cook a little less because bigger pieces are going to take longer. And now I'm going to go ahead and get the batter all over everything, and then we'll continue our next step with the oil on the stove. You want your oil on the stove or deep fryer, get it all heated up and ready. Don't put them in too early. So let's go ahead over to the stove and finish these up. Alright guys, so now we're over at the stove and I got my fish in here. Now I've got smaller pieces of fish. The bigger the fish is, the longer it's going to take to cook, so it's going to take about 8 minutes at most. But when your fish floats, that's when you know it's pretty much done. So I'm going to take my fish here one by one. Like I said, I have a little bit smaller pieces. Go ahead and put it in my oil. Now we'll let that cook for about 6 minutes for the size that I put in. It's going to be anywhere between 5 and 8 minutes depending how big your fish is. Alright guys, it's been about 6 minutes now, and as you can see, they're starting to turn to a golden brown, nice perfect color. I'm going to take the smallest one out first. I know there was a smaller guy in here. Here we go. Just let the oil drip off. You can put it on a paper towel if you want, but I usually just let the oil drip off a little bit. Put it on my plate. And we're going to go ahead and take them all out, and then we'll show you guys the finished product in just a second. And there we have it guys, beer battered fish. Now go ahead and add some vinegar if you like, and a little bit of lemon juice, and you got perfect beer battered fish at home. Now I didn't make the fish today, it's kind of an English dish. I didn't make the chips today, but we just got the beer battered fish. And you can always add in your chips, add in some French fries. I might do a video in the future how to make them. But for now, if you just want some fish, there you go. Very easy recipe, simple and quick to do at home. Super yummy. I'd recommend using cod, but like I said, you can use other types of fish. Many types of fish will work, but cod is the way to go. So anyways guys, have any questions, let me know. Keep cooking, and we'll see you guys next time.